How's it going? How's it going? Happy Memorial Day. How you doing, Bernie? I want to just take a second here and first want to thank Bernie for his service. He's a former military person. It'd be Memorial Day. Thank you for your service. And also want to thank all the heroes, the ones that have served, the ones that are serving, and the people that are either married to or supporting military members in any facet due to, working with them, providing them support, any kind of things. Just thank everyone for their service and, happy Memorial Day. And I want to, we have a special guest here today. One of the guys that probably I feel has kind of created the road path for anyone that wants to get into the Packerverse of podcasting, content creating. Like, if there was a person that really started it off, it was Matt Ramage. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably one of a million people that always thought his name was Matt Ramage, and I really thought he was named after the video game. And but it's crazy to think that his impact in Packer fandom has been like the video game, where he's just destroying things, and he every day finds a way to destroy the Bears' dreams, which is everything he puts out. And Matt, thank you so much for coming through, man. And how you doing?
That was a lovely intro. You know what I mean? I got my. You're starting to get a little cocky now after that, but I'm gonna have to screen record that and show it to my wife. Be like, "This is what's up." Treat me with the respect. No.
Let me know if you need me to go and say it again. I got you, man.
Yeah. No, I'm good though, man. I'm good. Always good to be on Game On Wisconsin.
Yeah. I was gonna say we Bernie and me have been doing this thing for a little bit here, and but Bernie, please, you need to say something, man. I
just want to say I appreciate that. Memorial Day. So for some of us veterans. It's where we really remember those that didn't come back with us, and so this is a great way for me, I think, actually to kind of finish my night. So appreciate you guys being here and taking that moment of remembrance. But Ramage, man, it is awesome to have you. I love your social media presence on Instagram and stuff like that, man. You crack me up. But so thanks for coming on here and chopping it up with us.
I appreciate that. And I got to say, too, also, thanks for your service. And those sunglasses are badass.
Honestly, Matt, I don't think I've ever seen Bernie's real eyes. I'm
not sure. I don't think I could pull those off. You know what I mean?
Nah.
Yeah, he has a very photogenic face. The kind of stuff he does with his hair and his glasses, he has a different pair sometimes. I'm just dog.
Like a wrestler.
He does. Yeah. Randy Savage.
Hey man, the moment I got out of the military is a year and a half ago, right? I retired 20 years. I haven't cut my hair since. I've trimmed my beard, but I was so sick of cutting my hair and shaving my face. I'm like, I'm not doing that shit for a while. It's been a while now, man, and it's just kind of stuck.
Defiance.
Yeah. I think if I didn't shave for 20 years, I probably couldn't get a beard like that still. I just look like a 16-year-old trying,
Got the beach fuzz going on.
Yeah, it doesn't look good.
Oh man, I started getting a mustache and beard in freshman year of high school, and I went to a all boys Catholic high school in Louisiana, and I showed up to freshman day, first day of pictures. I had the mustache, right? Man, that vice principal, he shaved that thing off so fast. He had one of those electric trimmers, and he didn't give it was kind of not thick, but it was enough, right? Where when I was using that thing, it was all cut up. I was I don't know how they didn't show that in the picture, but man, it was clean shaven for that whole high school years, man. It was crazy. But after that,
yeah, me too.
Unintentionally and intentionally, right?
Yeah.
True North Packers fan hitting us with this question: Which of you would be the first to fail a drug test?
Oh man!
I'd say maybe I don't know, the one who's wearing sunglasses in the house.
Well,
I'm being honest.
Hey man, I'm in Washington State, man. It's legal here. It's not a drug. So
yeah, exactly. I was gonna say, yeah. I can't for my job. My job, I get, I work in government, so it's they're testing randomly all the time. So, but yeah, no. Maybe for supplements, I'm gonna get hit with supplements.
I just drink. I can't afford both.
Wisconsin's got to get it legal first.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But hey, that's a whole nother podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously.
But no, I just wanted to ask you, Matt, like, when did you first start creating content, and when did you realize, like, damn, I got something here?
Well, like when I first started doing oh, I got an echo here. I think it's gone now. Like my first video stuff was on Vine, and it was just like eye jokes.
Vine?
Yeah. It was like I was on Twitter before that, but I wasn't really doing like videos where I was tweeting at people or whatever. But then on Vine, I was doing dumb stuff. And then one day I did a thing with my eyes because I used to do it. Just I knew I could do it, and then like it like blew up. And then I think the first one was like I said, "What do you look?" No, there was oh yeah, it was a YouTube video. I just recorded my TV, and it was some dude at like some movie or whatever. He's like, "What the hell are you looking at?" And I just did the eye thing, and I said, "Man, I don't even know." And it had like 70,000 shares on Vine, and I thought, "Oh my god, I'm the biggest thing in the world now." But then it kind of slowed down or whatever. But I did all right. But I didn't really think of it as like a way to like make money or like to like be anything. It was just I was just having fun, and there was like a cool community on Vine back then. And then after like Vine got boring, like right before it died, and they took it off. I was doing Instagram, a meme page because my son was a graphic designer. So I was like, I'll do a meme page so we can kind of like relate and like talk about it and stuff. And the meme page kind of did all right, but after a while it got boring because I'm like, I don't, it just wasn't as fun. And then a friend of mine, the Green Bay guy, my buddy Ben, he said I was talking with him, and he was like, "You should just do your own thing." And then we both kind of were talking about it. I was like, "Yeah," and I was like, "I'm just gonna change the name from Packers Memes to Matt the Packer Guy." And then like a bunch of people unfollowed me right away because they tell you this guy changed his name, and then people like unfollow. So, but then I just started doing it, and then eventually changed it to my real name. But then I just started doing like kind of like Packer stuff, but also with the eye stuff. Like I remember one of the earlier videos. I said, people said Devontae Adams is top 5. I said, and then I like took my glasses off, and I said, hell, I can't see very good, but I think he's pretty good. Something stupid like that.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
And then Devontae Adams, he didn't like comment on it, but he DM'd me. Well, I think I tagged him my story, and he responded like that. Like that was funny. I could show the screenshot. I still have it, but that was like the first awesome thing. I was like, oh, he actually laughed or whatever. But that's pretty much like how it started with Vine. Like, you want me to keep going, like how the Instagram thing happened, but like that's pretty much like how I started like creating content. It was just a meme page, and then I just switched it. And a big shout to like the Green Bay guy because I was like, I don't know. And then he's like, you should start a podcast. Like he was like telling me like you got to do this, you got to do that. But the thing is, because like as the meme page, I think some players already followed me. So like I don't know if they followed me then because I really didn't notice. But like after I switched and I started talking about the Packers, and I wasn't talking about the Packers like in a serious way. I was like making jokes about it, You're
having a good time with it. You've always had a good time.
The Bears still suck thing. And so players followed me. So when I started a podcast, I was like, I'll just DM them all. And I think I was like drunk one night because usually that's when I message players. I'd be drinking. I'd be like, yeah, I could have this kind of podcast. And then like the first one, it was like Tom Crabtree a lot because I had a first podcast. Oh,
yeah, that's right.
For like a year, and then I quit because I was bad. Like I wasn't good at. I mean,
you're fine, man. You're fine.
With Crabtree, I was all right, but like I wasn't really prepared. I didn't really know what it was. But
you
then
you were saying that too in your like interview with him. You're like, I don't got no questions. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, I was like,
it gave us like fans, like it made us feel like relatable because I think any one of us would be in that position. Like these guys are humans like us, but they're still like, we look up to them, right? And like,
yeah,
probably
and it's just cool, like, it's cool to like think like I could talk to someone and like you always think you could ask a player a question. What would you ask? And then you get to have it on your podcast. And like early on, like some of the players I asked, like I was really bad. Like Kingsley Keke, he just got drafted. I asked him, he said, yeah. And it was just like atrocious. Like I did horrible. He was probably like, what is this guy? How did I get here? But I think because like the players saw that like other players followed me and like Clint Dix did my podcast. Eventually, he was the first guest on the
his was really good
when I restarted.
Yeah.
And I think because he did it, then other players would because I ain't gonna lie. I'd say I had Clint Dix in my podcast because I think a lot of players probably don't trust podcasts.
100%.
Like if they don't 100%. Know you, and then you're like, oh, what do you think about this controversial thing?
I don't blame them.
Yeah, I mean, so like they don't know what they're stepping into. Like some people, like like you're like even us, like we're not here to like no gotcha moments. We just want to.
Yeah, exactly.
You,
That's why I always tried to be like pro player, and then people always say like, "Oh, you're just a cheerleader." But the thing is like if people want to hear a serious conversation about football with a player, they're doing other podcasts from real people who actually know what they're talking about. So like I would ask some football questions, but stuff that I just want to know, and sometimes I'd ask like the Facebook and Twitter, like, what would you want to ask this player? But like for the most part, I like to, just like you guys, I want to hear the origin story. Like when did they know that they could like be an NFL player? And that's crazy how some players like say like they didn't know until like, later on, like they were, or like not that they didn't know, but like they didn't know that they're going to be like this level. Like Adrian Amos, I had him on. He's awesome. But yeah, I just started asking them, and they started saying and some of them were horrible, and they slowly got a little bit better. And I think that like Kenny Clark and Preston Smith and HaHa is probably my favorites. Adrian Amos too. I don't know, that they're all pretty good, but I do. But like people need to know, I don't know what I'm doing. Like I don't like I have no idea, because like if you look at all the people who are really good at it, they had some type of schooling or like at least college, or like maybe journalism or whatever. I have nothing, dude. I didn't even graduate high school.
Man, look, you do the damn thing, bro. That's all I know. Don't hate.
I have fun. No, I have fun for sure. I just thought people should know, because I think people who start off and they don't know what they're doing, like nobody does. I mean, some of them probably do. Like,
no, but you're right.
But I don't.
You're right.
I don't. I just wing it. Like I have an idea. I'm like, I'll try it. Sometimes it sucks. Sometimes I'll know. I'm gonna do this new thing, and then I start doing. I'm like, yeah, that sucked. I'm not gonna do that after all. Just kind of move on to the next thing. Hopefully everyone forgets. But that's all you gotta do. I mean, just I don't know. I think if you're not having fun, then audience ain't gonna have fun. So whatever you gotta do to have fun while you're doing it is what you should do. And some people like doing X's and O's and breaking down the things, and they're good at it. Like that's not for me. Even if I knew how.
Yeah, I feel you. I think we're the same way.
I don't have that type of brain where like Andy Herman brain.
Yeah, Andy and Dusty and all that, man. They're
like too smart.
They're good, man. They got their own scoring system and shit like that. I'm just like, holy crap.
I watch some of that stuff and then I feel stupid.
Like, how do you put it all together? Like, this isn't like, that's not what they get paid to do. Like, I think Andy does now, but like Dusty, like, that's not his job. Like, that's just something he does for shits and giggles. And I'm just like, bro, you explain it like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you explain it so well. Like you used to be a coach or something. It's crazy to me. I don't know. I feel that. But you're right, though. Like, I think doing this is like all about just, having fun with it, right? Because we all love the Green Bay Packers. We love everything about it. The fact that we do this every single day, year round, it just shows how obsessed we are, maybe unhealthily obsessed. But like the fact is that like we just want to be able to like express that kind of love that we have for the team with everybody else. And if people want to jump on board, cool. They don't, cool. Like it's whatever, right? But like you said, as long as we're having like me, as long as the second me and Bernie stop having fun doing this, we'll probably stop doing it, right? But the thing is, like, I don't think I could ever stop not having fun talking about the Packers.
Yeah, because you can always find different ways. Because like there was times when I was like going a certain way, and I was like, I don't like being too serious. Like, what am I doing? Like, that's not my lane. Like, get back and like make it fun. Because after a while, it can get like I gotta do this thing today. I gotta get a guess. It gets like all that. But like if you're just, then it kind of takes away the fun. Like that's why I started like the trivia game, which I'm gonna bring back pretty soon. But like stuff like that is just fun. You just drink beer. Anyway, the thing about the trivia game I like is I don't have to answer the question. I don't know the
answer. The questions.
I don't know. I mean, my memory don't work like that. And then I look stupid. Like, how's this guy have a Packer podcast? He don't know that.
No, not at all, man. Not at all. No, you're. I was gonna say it's like just seeing you kind of go from like creating those memes and creating those videos, and you're still doing it, and then now you're doing like your weekly podcast, and like I think you do it. You almost. I see a show come up almost probably once a week for sure. And I always listen to it.
It's slowed down a little bit because this time of year it's tough. I'm working in my basement, but I think during the season this year I'm gonna try to do like 4 a week.
Oh damn, nice.
That's tough, but not all of them will be like podcasts. But some of them I'll just be live and like screwing around, like answering questions and talking to people. Because I think that's the best way is to like be in the comments, like when people are commenting. It's harder when you have guests because you don't want to be all like you're talking and then you're over here.
Yeah,
but especially like if you're alone or just you two, the people that are good with each other, then you could just like answer questions in the comments. I think that's fun. People like being interacted with. You know, you watch Nagler, Packers Daily.
Yep.
I even still, if I comment and he reads it, I still go, "Yay, my name,
dude!" Me, all these years, still, like if he reads it, I'm like, I made it. Yes.
Like anybody, no matter who it is. Like there was some famous comedian, I forget who it was. I forget his name now. He actually passed away, but he was hilarious. And he was live one time, and I said, "What's up?" or whatever, and he said, "Hey, Matt Ramage." And I was like, "What?" I screen recorded. I posted it. I'm like, "Look at that." He doesn't know who I am, but he said my name.
Hell yeah, man. It's the little things like that, bro. It's the little things that just, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just makes you feel, and that's the thing I think, like, as people that watch our shows, right? Especially for you, it's just the engagement, like being seen, being heard, and then giving people that voice to express how they want. Because, you know what I'm saying? Like, those folks probably want to, like, do something like this too, but, you know, they haven't yet. And then they're going on your show to have you, like, kind of put their stuff out there. Right. And
yeah,
we don't care. We just want to support anyone that's like trying to support us. Right. So
yeah, I think that's like the coolest thing is like the community, like Grassi, like
yes,
he's like the best, obviously.
Yeah.
And his community is insanely. He says, "Hey, we're gonna help this organization." Boom, it's done. But even like I have a smaller community on Facebook, but it's like people that I see comment all the time, and like some people I know as soon as I see that name that they're gonna be talking some trash about me because I talk a little trash, so trash comes back. Like every day I look at my phone, I look at comment, look at this cockeyed bastard. Like, go to Bears fans are not impressed with me right now with that shirt I made. Yes. And then people need to understand, like that shirt, that is why I made it. Like I'm not wearing, like I'm not gonna be wearing like out and about. Like people, I know even Packer fans were like, "I'm not wearing Caleb Williams' name on me," but I think it's hilarious. And I've seen other people make tweets, shirts, and then they're like, "Well, Aaron Rodgers was a 49er fan." I'm like, "Yeah, but he didn't tweet it. That's why it's funny. He tweeted, I'm a Packer fan," and it's not that deep. Like if people are like, "Oh, they're so scared," I'm like, "All right, dude, I'm not scared. Like buy a shirt."
Exactly. Buy the merch, dog. Don't worry about the rest. Buy the merch.
Hey, I will say that real quick though. If people go to my page, today I'm 100% of the profits to my store are going to a veterans organization. Nice. It's called Who Wisconsin. I don't think I'm saying that right, but if you go to my page and also the link just to donate, you don't have to buy merch, but if you just want to donate the whole amount, like $20, $25 or whatever, that'd be awesome to help out.
Yeah, we'll try. We can just try to see if we can get the banner up with your site, man. That we can get people out there, you know. But that's awesome, man. That's real kind of you. I was gonna say,
I think it's the least you can do. Like you give back. I mean, Grassi really is like the motivation because I already talked to him once before about it.
Seriously.
I think it's awesome what he does to help.
Yeah.
And then he's like, and he said it doesn't matter if it's not as much, even if you make $40 for somebody, like it really doesn't matter. So I think every now and again it's good to. Especially on a day like today, but even like throughout the year, just every now and again, try to help. Like I do it with GoFundMe's if I know that they're legit and it's like
that's where it gets tricky, right? That's where it gets
tricky.
You
got to find out. Like usually,
helpful, and then you find out that it's all BS. And you're like, oh God, I got suckered. But
I would never share anything unless I
you knew for sure.
I knew.
Yeah, 100%. I'm with you on that because there's some that I've shared, and I'm just like, I know who's coming from. So I'm like, that person, I have a pretty good idea we're going to try to do something shady, right? But there was other ones that were like, people message me about it, and I'm kind of like, I don't really know you.
Oh, yeah, I get messages all the time. I mean, and you like to, but like, sometimes you don't know. You don't want to scam people.
No, exactly, man. So like, all right, so I think you are, if Quick Trip had, I'm pretty sure they have stock. And if anything, they should owe you for any time you say them because I don't know. I don't even live in Wisconsin, but I want Glazers. I want their mac and cheese. I want everything that you talk about from Quick Trip because the way you talk about it and like how did you just keep hyping them up and they were just like, hey man, let's work together, or like did you like reach out to them? Like how'd that go?
Well, actually, like one of my first videos I did for Quick Trip, I think it was like a review, and it kind of did a little bit well on Facebook. And then I actually messaged them after. I'm like, hey, I'd love to work with you. And they didn't. They were like, nah, not at this time. We're good. Okay. And then basically they were nice about it, but they were like, no, not right now. And then a little bit later, I got a marketing agent like emailed me, and I found out he was legit. Because I get other ones like that where people are like, and he ended up being legit. He actually, works with other content creators that I know. So, but and he said, "What do you want?" I was like, "Quick Trip." I want Quick Trip, and then and he got it. But yeah, but like, because I love Quick Trip before that. I was making videos just for fun, like Quick Trip, you know, because it's Wisconsin stuff. It wasn't like I was trying. I actually didn't think about asking for a sponsorship until that video did a little bit well. And then people were like tagging Quick Trip and like, hey, you should, you know, sponsor him and this and that. I was like, hey, that's a good idea. But they didn't agree at the time. They were like, yeah, let's wait.
Yeah, and then now look, it's like,
yeah, that's kind of how it started.
I love it,
dude. And it's actually good because sometimes I like do videos or whatever. Sometimes it's just an excuse to eat it. I'm like, I'll just make a video that way. I'm not being, you know, piece of crap all the time eating this. I mean, not that they have healthy options. That's what my wife.
Of course. But
so you don't always have to go over to mac and cheese.
So what are a few of your favorite options?
My favorite thing is actually macaroni and cheese, and for a sandwich, the crispy chicken sandwich.
Oh yeah.
Basically, it's like a big old tender on a bun, but it's delicious.
Okay,
fantastic.
All right.
But with the mac and cheese, they have a microwave kind too, and they got the breadsticks over there. Those are go-to for taking it home. These are pro moves.
Yeah, I'm sorry, your breadstick thing too. That's the other one that you would always hype up. I'm like, man, this got me hungry every time I hear this shit, man. Gosh damn it, there ain't no Quick Trips in Virginia. It's like,
that's why I got to drive by Quick Trip on the way home from work. I'm like, tummy rumbling. Here we go.
What do you put on the chicken sandwich? Do you use their little like sandwich bar thing there to add stuff to it?
I just raw dog it. You know what I mean?
Oh man. I like to lube it up with a little barbecue sauce, maybe.
Yeah. I think most people probably do. I'm just lazy. I'm just like, I'm not even gonna try anything. Just put this in my face hole.
You just say a raw dog. I was like, I didn't see that shit coming.
It has other there's different meanings for that.
It's one of the things I'm looking forward to the most. I'm coming home for a buddy's wedding next month. I'm going to be in Wisconsin like for 10 days. And I'm like, how many snacks can I sneak in at Quick Trip? Yep. You know, going from point A to B as I'm visiting family and going to the wedding. So,
yeah, that's odd. You'll enjoy it.
Man. Culver's and Kroll's, man. I those are my Quick Trip, Culver's, and Kroll's are all three things I'm going to be hit the first thing when I get back. So it's been
Kroll's is the spot. But like mostly because people talk about Kroll's, like some people are like, you know, it's not as great as people say. But like for me, like I remember going there like as a kid, and it was like a big thing. Yeah, and like actually like the East Side one, like everyone like locals will say that one's better. But the one, you know, across the street from Lambeau Field, you know, it has Lambeau Field right across the street.
A view with a view, man. You can't beat that.
Yeah, I like it because it has like that old school feel in there, you know.
Yeah.
You hit the butt on the wall, they come, whatever. I don't hit the button because I don't call them. I'll wait. But if you hit the button, they will come. It's magic. I don't know how it works, what's going on behind the wall, but they pop up.
All right. I was gonna say, man, all right. I'm trying to come back for at least one game this year if I can. And I haven't been back since 2013. So I definitely
we'll definitely have to link up if you do.
100%, man, 100%. We're trying to come for the draft next year too. That's right.
I want to say too, though, that video of you, what like people posted as memes, you know, you're screaming.
For Joe Barry, or which one? For Joe Barry or the other one?
I'm not even sure. You're just cussing. Yeah, whatever you. I think that's the most hilarious video ever. I really do. Whenever I see it pop up, dude, like the passion in your face, like dude, you meant every word.
It was that game was the Packers Cowboys game playoff game, right? And I had just people in like all my boys were texting me nonstop. They're all like Eagles fans and other fans, right? They're just talking shit the whole game. Okay. So once we won that game, that's when I sent that video and I just blasted them all. And then I just said, I've been repurposing that video because it's been applicable to a lot of our games that we've had, right? Especially last year where that shit was up and down. I was like, oh hell no! I was like, this is gonna be. Then I started making new ones because I was like, oh man, no, I need to freshen this up a little bit. But yeah, that was a lot of
that was
a lot from the heart.
Dude, I have one similar to that. It's like one of the earlier ones that popped off on Instagram is when Rodgers got hurt against the Bears, like for the first half, and they were beating. So like, I was in my basement, like I got a little barn basement. Well, I had one. Now I'm trying to rebuild it again. But I was down there, and I was sitting on the couch. The Packers are losing. My phone just, you know, because. And I never sit like usually for games. Like if I sit, like I lost confidence. I'm like just defeated.
Yeah, I'm always moving.
And so I'm just started drinking, you know, just trying to like get through this game. Like this is gonna be horrible. Everyone's gonna talk trash. I talk a lot of trash, so I know all the hate's coming for me. Which it was on my phone already. I could see notifications like, "Ha, what now, Packer fan? You cockeyed, rah." And then so when they had that comeback, like, you know, I was drinking. By the end of the game, I was feeling real good. And then I'm holding the beer. I'm holding the glass of beer. I'm like, what now, Bear fans? You talked all that trash. And I was like, oh, Aaron Rodgers is the goatness. That's what I call it.
I think I remember this. I remember this video because
just like a drunk.
Yeah, and it was after Rodgers was like, you know, they're like, hey, what happened? He goes, it's my knee. Like the way
my knee.
My knee. He's like, eyes got wide and shit. And then afterward, your video came out, and I'm like, oh yeah, I think every single one of us was that. Because we just had 2017 where he broke his collarbone.
Yeah.
That was a wash season. And then now we're like, shit, is it going to be all over again?
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. That's why I was even more depressed.
Like, I can't do this.
I forgot. See, my memory isn't complete all the time.
No,
I was devastated. Yeah. But, that was just a drunken gibberish. But people liked it.
No, I think when you're lit in any kind of way and you express how you truly feel about the Packers, win or loss, everyone can relate to that one way or another.
Because I used to make videos like after every game, and then I started live streaming during the games, and then I don't really anymore. I tried a little bit last year because people seem to like them when you just start yelling at the phone.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah,
I think that's like
you didn't even see someone do the same shit you're doing at home, but they're
just screaming.
That's it.
Yeah, people love it. You start ranting into a phone, and it gets weird for your neighbors, and you're in a truck. Like, why is this guy so angry? And then he gets out and like, hey, how you doing? Like, why were you yelling?
Mind your business. Mind your business.
I used to make like all my videos in my truck, just all the rant. I kind of still do when I feel like ranting, like especially during the season. Like at work and like people are like, walking by, like I could try to make sure like no one can see, but sometimes you get caught.
So the rant just comes to you at random times, and you just got to get in your car and let the phone have it.
That's how it happens. It's usually someone talking trash. So like that's what people used to always say. How come you never talk about the Lions? Like Lions fans never talk to me.
That's true. Yeah.
Otherwise, because Lions fans to me are the easiest to talk trash to. I mean, if you really want to. I know they just won the division, but like there's a lot of material there if you want to go. But they never really come after me, so I'm like, I don't like the Bears. I don't like because I was raised that way. Like it's in my blood.
Yeah.
Like my neighbor was a good friend. My best friend was a Bear fan, and like he wasn't allowed in our house on Sundays. And like if he started talking, they'd be like, "Get out, just go home." They don't. It was like always like some drama.
Especially
and I just grew up hating.
Right?
Yeah.
Back then,
because they were good. Yeah, and like so, my family would have everyone over watching the game, and my like uncles, my cousins, they'd all just gamble because then the Packers weren't good, and they were like, you can't get enjoyment here. And they're all big Packer fans. Like my uncles had a basement, decked out with Packers, and back then I don't know if you seen that. Maybe you did. I was young, but he had one little painted, Packer field, and trying to make it look like Lambeau. But like so, my family is huge Packer fans.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Like. People always ask, like, how do you become a fan? I always say, like, I didn't have a choice. Like, in my house, dude, it wasn't going to fly. You try to switch up, like, oh, let's try something else. Like, no. That's not what we do here.
No.
But,
that's how it was for me, too. I was born in Green Bay, and I left, like, when I was, like, 4 or 5 years old. But then, like, when I started actually watching football, my parents, and, it was, like, I was watching, it was, like, Packers and Niners were on the TV. And they were like, oh, you should be a Packers fan. And I was just like, why? And they're like, well, you're born in Green Bay. I mean, I knew that, but I was like just a stupid little kid, right? I was like, oh, okay, yeah. And then I was born in the 80s.
So 20.
Yeah. I jumped in. I was like, all right, cool. And then, of course, those first few years, it really sucked. You had Lynn Dickey, you had Magic Man, right? And then Favre comes in and you're like, all right, kind of off and running, right? But, Yeah, no, I don't know any better, so I feel you on that.
Yeah.
After church, we would all pile into my grandparents' living room, and we'd watch the Packers on Sunday. So it's just like, it's just that family tradition, man. It's like in our blood, growing up in Wisconsin.
Yeah, like it's not a choice if you're in Wisconsin. I mean, I knew a couple fans of other teams growing up, but we didn't really associate with those people too much.
I knew them, but I didn't talk to them.
Yeah,
especially on Sundays. Like,
someone tries to be a Cowboy fan. No, actually, I had a Cowboy friend when I was young, and the Cowboys. That's why I hate the Cowboys to this day. They would just punish the Packers. And then, like, I remember an interview, I think it was Irvin said playing the Packers is like practice for us, like really talking trash. And I respect trash talking now. I did not then. I was mad. I hated them. My friend would always talk trash when the Packers finally beat them. Like later on, I talked a lot of trash, but he won that war. But that's why my hatred for the Cowboys comes in. The 90s.
Yes. Hell yes, dude.
First
off, they're like the most like bandwagon fucking fans ever, right? There's a whole bunch of freaking dudes that, oh, you're a Cowboys fan. Where are you from? I'm from fucking Philadelphia. Like, what? Like, how are you a Cowboys fan? I don't even know that. Like, the amount of Cowboys fans that are here in the DC area is insane. And it's all this bandwagon shit, right? And then on top of that, too, those fuckers had our number for so many years.
Yeah.
That, like, it just, I knew when we'd watch Favre play them, I was like, here comes a 4-pick game. I just, every time, like, my man had like a bugaboo with them, bro. And like, now, like, it's just like when the Cowboys are on schedule,
now it's payback.
I was like,
we've got more playoff wins in their stadium than they do.
Yes.
That's a wild stat. I don't even know why people are Cowboy fans. Like, I get if you're from Texas or even like if your parents are, but like why you would choose. Like if you're a kid and you're making a choice, and some kids, they don't have a team in their state or whatever. Their parents don't watch football, but they like it. They just got to pick a team. And like, it sucks that they picked the Cowboys because that's brutal. And then now you got to buy more TVs than the average person. Cowboy fans, they go through TVs, man. I don't know why.
Videos, man. Those are the best videos ever. Or some of them are fake. Some are fake. They got the sticker on the damn TV. I'm like, you bought that just to do that. Like,
dude, I think it's funny. There's this one where there's a whole room full of people, and this dude starts punching like a 32-inch TV. I'm like, bro, you got 15 people in that house staring at a 32-inch TV. Like, how could you get that many people in your house? Like, hey, want to come watch the game on my 32-inch TV? Like, bro, I gotta have my computer screen's that size. Bro,
it's like that episode in The Office where they all went to Michael Scott's apartment.
Yeah.
And they're like, he pushes the TV in. And he's like, look, it's panoramic. The flat screen's like 18 inches. That's like,
dude, the bloopers to that scene are hilarious, dude.
Those I actually follow the account, like the Office memes account.
Yeah,
where they have all the blooper account, right? Dude, every time that comes on, I just get stuck watching it. Just because Jim's laugh, like John Krasinski's laugh, every time some shit goes wrong, I just can't. I just have to laugh every time.
Yeah, I have no idea how they get through like a lot of that stuff.
They had like 10 seasons, 9 seasons. How do they get through that?
How do you like not laugh
the whole time?
all those shows. I love bloopers. I how the algorithm works on Instagram when you like stuff, they keep seeing if you don't follow it. I see that stuff. All I see is bloopers. Trying to find some Packer stuff. I'm over here watching The Office bloopers.
That's all you get. You can get that over and over again.
Some of my favorite bloopers are like when the person's about to win a race, or they showboat and then they lose.
Yeah.
That's probably one of my favorite blooper reels.
Remember when Sterling Sharp did that?
Yes.
Sterling Sharp stopped short. He wasn't really showboating, but he stopped short and put his hand out and the ball in his hand, and someone knocked it out, but he picked it up and ran it.
Picked up and still ran it in. He started going like parallel with the end zone, right? And
kind of like got to fade it off, right?
He started fucking around. Yeah. I'm like,
it was snow though. It was snow, so he couldn't see.
That's right. He couldn't see it. I don't think he thought he was in already. I think
the ground was covered in snow, so he was just.
And we're all like watching, like, no, the pylon's right there. You're not across.
Yeah, he's lucky he got that back. I mean, I don't know if it mattered in the end of the season.
God. We've seen that play so many times on other games where it's like a touchback and shit. It's like, oh fuck, like no, we don't need that.
It happened to Leon Lett in the Super Bowl, right?
That's what I was gonna say.
John
That's
Beatty
what they
chased
was
him
going,
down and knocked it out of his hand.
Yeah, that was like one of the most like insane plays ever.
Yes.
Like just the fact that he didn't stop and he kept like I don't you don't even want to know. I don't run like that. Like he ran so far for maybe.
Yes.
Almost
For maybe.
He went from Sheboygan to like freaking Milwaukee, and then he like just drops the ball. Right? Like, no, what are you doing? Like, no.
It's brutal.
Oh man.
So hey, Matt, I was gonna ask, do you have any favorite Packer moments that really come to your mind when you try to think of like a few of your favorite, or maybe you have a few rough ones too that sometimes pop back up and still a thorn in your side?
Well, like probably like obviously like there's a playoff game, but like a game I was at the Cardinals game before McCarthy got fired, and it was like raining that day and it was cold, and like in the parking lot they were like plowing water, and I wasn't prepared for this because I'm an idiot. I don't have a weather app apparently, and I just wore like regular sneakers. I'm like, yeah, we're gonna have a good time today, dude. Where I sat, all the water gathered. My feet were like frozen. After the game, I thought I was gonna lose a foot. It's so hard to walk back. It was still a good time because you're at Lambeau Field, you're having a good time, but I didn't have that's the least amount of a good time I've had at a game. I'll say that. I was with good people, but my feet were so cold and then ended up firing McCarthy. But like for a playoff loss, though, like one of the brutal ones that hurt, I don't like to see the replays and I get irritated. People put it on my timeline. Is 2014. Like that to me is like the most brutalish. Like 13 things had to happen and they all did. Like that's so Packers. Like for all like their crazy loss in the playoffs, it's like all these things had to happen, and they just find different ways with special teams, defense. But that was
that game
like
still gives me knots, man. That gives me knots still to this day.
It really is. If anyone wanted to troll me, they could just keep spamming me with that stuff.
Yeah, that's it.
I'd probably block you, but like
you break my heart over and over and over. Like
if I see someone talking about it, like, oh, this so many years ago today, like, dude, what are we doing? Like, we're supposed to remind ourselves of good stuff. We don't need anniversaries.
No,
you don't celebrate the day you're like, your wife leaves you.
The only joy I had is the fact that they that they lost in the Super Bowl the way they lost too. It's like good for
that's
me.
Always like the sugar on top. Like even when the Niners, beat up on the Packers in the playoffs, and Niner fans
chokes.
But what happens after? That makes me feel good. Like as long as they don't win the Super Bowl, I mean, it still hurts because like I want the Packers winning, and a lot of those games they should have won. They just find little ways to lose, but at least I don't have to, because you got to watch the Super Bowl, and then to watch the team that beat your team go on to win it. That takes a little bit out of you.
No.
I'm glad it never happens in the NFC North too often. You know what I mean?
The amount of hate watch I do when that happens, like when the team that beats us keeps progressing in the playoffs, it's just all hate watch at this point. It's like, all right, I don't care. Like for me, I was like, as long as Mahomes gets 7-8 rings at this point, I'm fine. Because they'll be more than Brady, and then we'll stop talking about Brady, right? And I was like, if the Packers don't get it, then let Mahomes get it, because we can just stop talking about Brady eventually.
Yeah, and I don't mind Mahomes. I know a lot of people
have
different opinions, but like I would. But this year, I was all about the Chiefs, and not just because like I'm like closet Chiefs fan, but I was going against the Niners.
That's it. Oh, that's strictly it.
And even like when the Lions played the Niners, I wasn't really rooting. I wasn't really rooting for either. I was just kind of like, whoever loses, I'm gonna make fun of them. That's all I knew. But I didn't want the Lions. I don't want anyone in our division going to a Super Bowl. I know people are like, well, they're they're due. I don't think so. But it was tough because the Niners, I like that they don't win Super Bowls.
It's funny you say that.
Since the 90s. So it's tough. I think if I had to choose though, I might have went Lions. I don't know. But I don't think I chose.
It's funny because like I have a deep hatred for people in my division, right? We all do.
Yeah.
But that hatred for the Niners just outweighs it.
Yeah.
To the point
it does the Lions for sure.
Let the Lions win, because guess what? They'll go to the Super Bowl and they'll get smacked. That's how I looked at it.
Yeah.
They check out Andy Enemy is my friend. Cool. Let's go. I'm down.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually like that. It was tough to watch. Like, people saying who you gonna cheer for. I was just trying not to cheer for anyone because I hate them both. But
yeah. Let's talk about how the Packers championship window is open now. In my eyes,
it's definitely opened. And the Lions won obviously the division last year, but I feel like even Campbell said it after this. He's like, we might not get back here. And I don't think they will. I think that was their window. Their window is like one of those old cars that has that window that kind of flips in the back, That was their window. One of those small windows. The one you break, you lock the keys in the car back then.
It's a smoky window, yeah.
Yeah, in the truck, yeah. The truck has that one that kind of goes out. But I'm not saying that the Lions ain't good.
No,
good, but it's hard to get back there. The Packer fans, people know, it doesn't matter, that 30 years of Hall of Fame quarterback talk. It's hard to get there, even if you have a good team. You need stuff to bounce your way in the playoffs, and usually it bounces against the Packers, and a lot of times. But their window is definitely open. They have a young team. They got young wide receivers, and then they're all growing together. That's like you said, Jordan Love and these young wide receivers, the tight ends. They're all growing together. So I feel like it won't be 3 years until they peak. And I think they're really good right now. Obviously, I think that they're gonna be so good. And we'll see what the defense is gonna be.
Yeah. So that's been the biggest thing. I feel you on that because Lions are drafted well, but at the end of the day, they're paying all their guys now. So when that happens, you just start seeing things kind of fall off, right? Yeah. For the Packers, they don't have to really worry about paying anybody except Jordan. Is the only big contract coming up. Other than that, though, I mean, they have everybody on rookie deals for the most part. So they can, like you said, their window is, I think they have a good 3 to 4 year window. And honestly, just seeing the way that team gelled together last year at the end of the year, and a lot of these guys, Watson and Dobbs are going to be in their third year, and that's where we see a lot of jumps, right? So for me, I'm with you, bro. If that defense can get right, and I am 120% on the Jeff Hafley train. I'm let's fucking
me
go.
Too. But a lot of years I've been like, Packers are gonna have top 5 defense. I'm surprised I never got cold take. You know what I mean? I'm surprised because I always be I always feel good about it too. I don't lie.
Yeah.
People think I just make it up because I'm trying to. I always see people say that you just say stuff because so you can get Packer players in your podcast. I was like, dude, they're not. First of all, they're not watching my podcast to see what I said.
They might be, bro. You never know. They might.
But it's not like they don't. People, I don't know. I just don't. First of all, how I see it, I don't trash family outside of my family, right? You don't you might have a cousin you in your head, or you tell your other cousin this guy he sucks, but you're not gonna go out there and tell everyone. And that's kind of how I see it as the Packers. I don't like to talk trash because then Bear fan is ha ha. Yep. If you're mad at the team and you're
giving them ammunition,
whatever.
Yeah, you're giving ammunition.
Yeah. And the older I get too, I used to take it real serious where I'd get real mad. I remember being at work fighting with people, not physically, but yelling. You're a Niner fan back in the day. I'd be like, what the hell? We'd be yelling because it's serious stuff. The older I got, I'm not gonna be arguing. I mean, I will on the internet, joking around. That's what they Bear fans and Viking fans really don't get. I mean, some Bear fans do, but dude, it's not that serious. I have people because I trash the Bears, and then someone will come DM me oh, you better not step foot in Chicago. What are you, the mafia?
Why did it get like that?
I'm like, bro. First of all, I wouldn't. And second of all, it's not that serious, dude. You gotta be threatening people.
I trust me. I've seen it. It's funny too because
dude, they get crazy.
They get freaking riled.
Not even them. Viking fans. Viking fans this year, I haven't really heard too much from them.
No, they've been.
And that's the thing. I usually don't talk trash if they don't talk trash.
Yeah.
I mean, Bears every now and again, I do a little video because I think it's funny. But when I rant, it's because someone irritated me, and I'm like, all right, I got something to say now.
Well, the Bears fans every offseason, something happens. They're like, oh, we're gonna fucking take over the division. It's shut up. No, you're not.
Dude, I hope
every year, Justin Fields is supposed to be the truth, and now he's gone, right? And now Caleb Williams is supposed to be the truth, and it's just the things that come out of these Bears fans mouths sometimes. And there's a couple of troll accounts. I'm not gonna say their names. I don't want to give them any kind of notoriety or anything.
Yeah.
But they literally just put shit out just to
there's the Facebook one.
Yes. They were freaking out over a bad practice. Caleb had a bad practice.
I talk all kinds of shit. I was like, oh, look, what happened when the rabbit got the gun, huh? I was like, y'all talking all this shit about love. Now look at your boy. He can't even complete passes across 5 yards. Talking all
That's the funniest thing, because when he missed that net,
yes,
how many years
bro,
ago,
they blew it up.
Yeah, like even like the people were sending me stuff about Caleb Williams, like, hey, you should make a video about this. But like, no, that's low-hanging fruit. I'm not going to bash a guy in his rookie year at his OTAs because he didn't do. And then they're like, he got benched. Like, how do you get benched in OTAs? I don't know. I assume that was a troll account that reported that. Like, they're not benched. They didn't draft the guy. They're not going to bench him. And it's OTAs. Like, what does he say? Like, take off the red shirt? I don't know.
I pulled a Matt Ramage. That's what I did. I just took a chance to poke fun, and I just did it.
Dude, you got it. First of all, like sometimes, like even like with that Caleb Williams shirt, that's exactly what it is. It's like it's stupid.
You gotta shoot first, baby.
But you just and when they get so mad about it, it makes it great. I like it when they get mad, but they keep it like normal.
Yeah,
like talk about my team.
Yeah,
like sometimes like they get all crazy. And when someone gets too crazy, I'm not gonna argue. Like they're talking about like,
they always go like personal. I always get
they do. They'll try to dig in, try to find a picture. I found a picture of my son one time, and they
dude
talking.
I always get like, oh, you should go back to your country, and I'm like, I was born in America, sorry, dog. And then they always go racist with me, and I'm just like, all right, man, like it always just makes you laugh.
Yeah, with the internet, they go quick because people want to go for the punch. People try to Mike Tyson in the comments. Like
always.
Never ever argue with someone and like, brought up like whatever where they live or like.
Yep.
Check out their profile. Like on Facebook, it's crazy. I see it on my page. People will screenshot. I usually, delete that stuff.
Yeah.
But, like someone will post, they'll go to their profile, look at your wife. It's like, dude, calm down. He just said your quarterback sucked. Why are you insulting?
why are you attacking me personally? Like
it's crazy.
Is your quarterback your wife? Like, chill out, dog.
I know. I like people call me like back in the day when Aaron Rodgers was here and now Jordan Love, like, you're an Aaron Rodgers defender. I'm like, he's my quarterback. What am I gonna do? Like I'm no matter who the quarterback, even when it was Hundley, I used to have a shirt.
Same
for Hundley.
I used to defend
one of my first shirts I ever put on my merch. It was in Hundley we trust.
Oh God, I know exactly what you're talking about.
I was trying to believe.
I was, but because he came out when he said he's like, Aaron's great. I want to be great too. And I was like, I could get behind this. And then next week he couldn't throw the ball behind.
Then you realize. But that's the thing. Like you support him, and then when you realize, all right, that ain't it. But like he wasn't supposed to be, because I think that's the thing about when Jordan Love was drafted. Like, I was like, oh, we're gonna get 3 in a row, kind of joke. And when I say 3 in a row, I don't mean Hall of Famers. And people always say, you're saying Jordan Love's to be in the Hall of Fame. Like, I'm not, dude. It's stupid to talk about the Hall of Fame on like a player who just got done with his first year start.
Exactly.
We'll talk about it. No,
but he's good.
But like people are like, what about Hundley? What about Hundley? People were saying, I'm like, dude, Hundley wasn't drafted to take over the franchise.
No, he's a 5th round pick out of UCLA. Come on,
he was drafted to be a backup or whatever.
And
just be
his
there.
Preseason games were nice. Remember, he would like throw like 4 or 5 touchdowns. He was killing in the preseason. But
dude, some of those preseason ballers. Remember that back in the day, we'd have some. Oh, this guy's legit. And all the fans would be all about it. And then he would like put him on a practice squad, and everyone's like, "What the hell?" They cut him. Dude, Packer fans.
Taysom Hill was like that. Taysom Hill.
Oh yeah,
that one game, right?
You still see it.
I'm like, what the fuck is he done? He ain't done shit in the ones. Like, will you stop? Like,
even if it's a player that I like if they cut him or whatever, usually I'm like, well, they must know something I don't. I work at a cheese factory.
I love it when you say that. I love it when you say that.
Like I don't. I don't. Not that I
ever.
Dude. But like I don't. Not that I agree with everything. Like, well, I'll just support them. No matter what. Like if they're drafting bad, like I'm not going to be like, yeah, this guy's great. Don't worry about it. But like they seem to be doing a pretty decent job. I mean, obviously the championship is what you want, but they made us bounce back. We lost, dude. Everyone's just waiting for the Packers to fall off with not have a quarterback.
Again, 100%,
dude. And it's actually insane because even back in the day, like you look at all the teams that had great quarterbacks, like even like before Brady era, like Dan Marino, like John Elway, when all those guys left, those teams sucked. Yeah, and it was supposed to happen to the Packers, but we just too good. And that's why I tell Bears fans, I say, you guys should just draft a quarterback. Whenever they talk, all these Hall of Fame quarterbacks, I'm like, just draft one, bro. We did
successfully, at least, Like they can't do that, dog.
Yeah, dude. Like I don't know. They keep doing. I'm not saying that Jordan Love is comparable to either of those guys. Like we'll see what happens. But right now, I'm jacked about Jordan Love. Dude, I'm all in.
Me and Bernie were talking about.
And I was right away, even before I knew.
No, but like I'm with you. Like I think everybody had their questions about it. I know me and Bernie were like that. Those first 7 weeks,
dude.
People were like,
there was a moment. I ain't gonna
they're cashing them in. They're like, oh, this shit downfall for the Packers. Here we come the 80s.
Yeah. I got a little worried because at first, first year I knew there would be ups and downs, but there was some downs in the middle where it was like
fucking shit.
Yeah,
but he did show a few moments like when bad things happened and then he could recover. Like when he had that false start kind of thing when he like fell into him and it was like almost like a butt fumble, the Packer version.
The Atlanta game.
Yeah, when he kind of like and like those moments like that, like could shred someone, but to be able to, get your confidence down and all that. But end of the year, he put it on. And I think that's the thing when people say, well, he was only good for half the year. Yeah, and his first year started and he ended better than he started. I'm stunned.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't he? Like he got better, not just him, but the protection, everyone being on the same page, knowing what to do, wide receivers kind of running the right routes, maybe. And even LaFleur being able to, call plays for this offense, because the new offense, I mean, it's the same scheme, but just knowing what guys are good at, what they're doing. And so I expect it to keep on rolling next season. That's why we're just going to keep talking trash until it happens.
Exactly right.
Hey, Ramage, how do you feel about all the gold package games being the division games?
That is crazy. I never really pay attention like every year. I don't think that's normal though, because people are all up in their arms about it. But from what I heard is like the Packers don't know. Like they say what weeks or something, someone said, and then the NFL fills those games in. But that's quite the coincidence. That's a weird and like I know people talk about like the selling tickets thing. Like I feel like I don't like to harp on it, like talk trash about whatever, because they're their tickets. But I feel like the Packers should try to do something to like fix the problem. Like even say, hey, we're gonna set up a sale, so everyone who doesn't want their tickets, we're gonna help you get them. But now with it being digital, it's kind of hard because like you could transfer tickets, but it wasn't like back in the day you got a paper ticket, you can kind of sell it and just hand it to someone. But I feel like the Packers could try to do something like set up their own. If you're gonna sell the tickets, sell them on this site.
A Packers fan. So Kyle Kuzma does that. Kyle's really good about that, where he's like, hey, you guys have tickets you want me to sell for you? Let's do it. I'll set you up, whatever. And I love that. And I think the fact that these games are all division games, I think they're all 12 o'clock games too. You're going to see more of the Milwaukee fans here show up because it's not inconvenient, really, right?
Because they got to work
night or a Thursday night.
Yeah, it's rough. And that's to say, that's why I don't like to, I know a lot of people talk trash or whatever. I'm not trying to because, like, I don't know. I get it. Like, if you have to work the next day, you got to sell the tickets. But I'm not sure everyone knows how to sell them to a Packer fan because, like, you could go a little extra effort and go on Twitter. Not everyone's on.
It's all about money too, right? You can probably make like a shit ton of money to a rival fan and sell the shit to them, and like you'll probably make double the money.
I think they probably don't even know who it is. Like if you go on Ticketmaster, I've never sold tickets before. I bought them, but I never sold them. But I'm not sure. They just put them on there, someone buys them. But I don't know. If you're selling to a rival, at least make them expensive. Get that bank. You know what I mean?
That's it. Like, make it worth your while, dog.
I'd rather you didn't, but I'm not gonna tell you what.
So, True North Packer fan here has a question because he wanted to know, what did you feel about this year's first round pick? And he's only making this comment because I did a live show, and when I saw that it was who it was before they came out, I threw my phone because I was on the Cooper DeJean bandwagon for a while there. Right? So what were your thoughts on the first round pick?
Dude, I felt like it was very similar to like Jordan Love when he got drafted. Like I was just like confused.
Yep.
I didn't really get it, but like I say, I know that they know more than me. And like so do you for that matter. So like 100%. I was like, and offensive line is important. So like after, think about a couple minutes or whatever, like I guess if he's that dude, they lost like 3 guys on the line. So if they think that he's that dude, then hopefully he is for a first round. But I feel like the draft overall, I was jacked for.
Same.
You had a good time. Went to the Cheesehead TV party over there.
Yeah.
Party.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. It was a good time with those guys. Yeah, and then like when Joseph was on and stuff like that, it's pretty cool.
Dude, yeah, that place that they do that is such an awesome place. Like I didn't even know where it was. We're like walking like the GPS on the phone. I'm like, where is it? And like, oh, it's right here. And then I look up, I kind of see the sign, but it's solely hidden in it. But that's a nice spot.
Oh shit, I gotta come to it. Like I said, me and Bernie are gonna try to come to the draft next year.
Dude, that was so hectic. Like when I was live with Nagler.
Yeah.
And like there's like so much stuff happening like around me.
There's a lot going on.
I'm trying to talk to him. I'm like, dude, I'm like having like ADD over here. Like I don't know what's going on. People are like waving to me and like, hey, look at him, he's on or whatever. It was. I think Corey was talking to me like that. There was a lot going on. My brain don't work that fast. But I don't know how it looked on the screen, but it was fun talking to Nate.
Nah, you were fine, man. You're fine. I was gonna say we're probably picking 32nd anyway, so it's gonna be fine. It'll be all right. It's gonna be good, dog. It'll be all right.
You know what I mean?
But yeah, no, man. I was gonna say, like, it was just crazy, just like seeing like over the years, like how the team has kind of gone the way it's gone, right? And then like from a fan perspective, like we are definitely kind of spoiled in a sense, right? We're like those first 7 weeks are crazy, and then like end of the year, like holy shit, like none of us expected us to be here. And it's like that Paul Rudd like gift, like who thought we would be here? Not me, right? He's like opening the line.
Dude, that's the thing. Like for real, Packer fans are spoiled. I know like they don't have all the Super Bowls that we want, but always being good. Like especially for me being a content creator,
underrated, man. It really
always being able to talk a little bit of trash. Not always gonna get there. I'm gonna get some backlash come playoff time sometimes. But we're always like in the dance. I think just having I don't think people take it for granted having the opportunity to watch a playoff game, at least having hope. Even if you're like, man, we're the number 6 seed going against whatever, like it's not looking good, but like you have hope. You're preparing for a playoff game. And like as a Bears fans, dude, they don't get to do that. You know what, the Bears fans, all they can do is root against the Packers in the playoffs, and that's like their version of going to the playoffs.
Yeah, we are. I love it. It's meaningful football all the time. You got to dig it.
Dude, you can't be mad about it. I mean, I think they need to win a ring. And this is a year, right? Because it was 14 years.
I was good
96 and 2010 or whatever, that Super Bowl. And I don't know if that happened, that'd be like so weird.
Bro, that would be crazy, right? If like it's like predetermined kind of somehow, like man, like
that people like the NFL scripted people go crazy.
Seriously.
And then Packer fans, we could be like, hey, I guess we don't have to stress. We're not going to win another one for another 14 years. We can all just chill out now. But I definitely think Jordan Love's going to get a ring.
Yeah, I think so.
I would like it to be this year. I think that this year, like you mentioned, like the window opening, I think this year and next year are probably because like guys are going to start getting paid. It gets harder.
Yeah.
But like with Jordan Love getting paid, people are saying like, oh, they shouldn't pay him that much because whatever. Dude, they could not lowball Jordan Love for like what he did. He got drafted. All that drama that happened, did the right thing, didn't talk. Because, like, I'd have said something. I'd have been in a press conference one day, like, some bullshit. I want to play. Like those off seasons. But, like, he did the right thing. You know, he just did his job, went about his business. I mean, Rodgers did the same thing with the Favre thing. And then now it's his time. And they can't be like, oh, all right, well, how about you take a deal? Like, bro, no. Like, he did what he's supposed to do. Now you do. I'm not saying overpay him. People say like, "Oh, you just want him to overpay." Like, no, I want to pay what he's worth. Yeah, and I don't really want anything, but I just think that he's like, it doesn't really matter what I want. I want to get paid. You know what I mean? I want Jordan Love to give me a chunk. That's what I want. But I think he's going to get paid well.
Yeah. What are the chances he takes like a semi-friendly team deal so he can keep some more guys around him?
I could see like there's ways to work it out. I don't know how those ways are, but like the cap people, like there's ways to like get him his money or his due, but also do it in a team friendly way. And they're smart people. They'll do it. They're not going to give him some obnoxious, stupid, offer. But I think his people are going to want his fair value too. But I know like they can do stuff like signing bonuses and stuff. I'm not even sure the salary cap is real. Like I don't know. I'm so confused by it because like whenever I listen to people talk about the salary cap, it's like, oh, they just pushed it out. It's a void year. I'm like, all right, so I don't know that. Yeah, I kind of know what it means now, but I didn't for a while.
Same. I look it up, man.
Yeah. And then with that Russell Wilson deal, a lot of people learned what it was because he's
Real
playing
quick.
for another team and the other team's paying him. That's wild.
Yep. But it's funny you said
it happens a lot, but that's a lot of
Yeah.
money. It's like an insane amount.
Like for me, I don't care what Jordan gets paid because if you think about it, when he signed that extension last year, he was giving them a deal because he could have held out for more money. He could have been like, no, I want the 5th-year option. But he said, no, we'll do this extension, this little small one. And then, you know, you guys can see if I'm about it or not. And then go from there. Because if they wanted, they could just extend him right there. But they didn't have 100% confidence.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
I think that was smart to we want to watch you for a season.
Yeah, and then he's not you too. That's fine. Because guess what? Yesterday's price ain't today's price. And you're going to have to pay. And
that's what people say. Like, they should wait till one more year. And then if they have to, they can franchise tag him. I'm like, that's stupid. First of all, if he balls out, who knows? They win the Super Bowl, which would be glorious. But now he's like, all right, give me Patty Mahomes money.
Exactly.
You know, or even more. It'll be even more. Not, you know, because next year quarterbacks will probably make it $60 million. Every year the quarterback price
keeps going up. It keeps going up. And like Wildy said it too. Like when Rodgers was his first year starting, they extended him in the middle of the season when they finished 6-10, and that offense had a hell of a lot more weapons than what they had. More seasoned players, right?
Yeah.
And they paid Rodgers the most money they could at that time, which wasn't much back then. So, like for Jordan, it's like, well, hell, he did more with less in his first year starting. So you can't undercut him. You're gonna have to pay him 55, 60, whatever. Because guess what? The second he signs his extension, if it's before Dak or if it's before Tua, one of those two guys they're gonna break it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what they do. Like that.
Every year someone's gonna break it.
Yeah, and so and then,
he'll definitely get like.
Yeah, the cap keeps going up, so it's not like they're gonna be short on money. Like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
it's not my money either.
Yeah, that's what I said too. It ain't our money. It's like
they ain't asked me to chip in. Although I do got that little thing down here.
Yeah, the stock, right?
The paper, the piece of paper Bears fans or maybe have.
Oh yeah, I got me and the girls one. So I was like, hell yeah, we're all gonna be stock members. But I'm with you. Like, at the end of the day, like Russ Ball, we trust. He has always found a way to get players played, but then also not break the Packers cap, right? So
yeah.
He kind of didn't do that with Rodgers' contract.
Yeah, at the end, like some of those contracts, but they were like their backs were against. So I'm not sure what was going on there, but I don't think it was as happy as they pretended it was. No. It was like, no, me and Brian are friends, and then they're talking at practice. I was like, hey, take a picture already so we can walk away from this.
Bro, he wanted out, and they were like, nah, we don't know what we got in Jordan. So they're like, all right, how about this? We'll pay you a shit ton of money if you stay. Right?
Yeah.
And then he signed a 4-year deal. And then remember how Rodgers comes out? He's like, no, it's a 1-year deal. And I'm like, you's a bitch, dog. Like, why you signed a 4-year deal? Like, why are you trying to be like, I know that deal? Like,
no, he's like, technically.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, you know what? I was like, you already out the door, dog. Like, you don't even want to be here. Like, he should, for me, if he didn't want to be there, which was clear, he should have just left. He should have just said, no, I don't want the money. I don't want the contract. Trade me. Right? Yeah. But Beauty wasn't 100% sure on Jordan either.
Yeah,
and that's the truth.
Yeah, I think both of them. I think both sides were kind of like, I'm sure Rodgers thought about it, like he didn't want to be there, like.
Yep.
But I don't think that he wanted to look like a douchebag either. Because the one thing I think about, I don't know if it's reality, just my kind of thoughts, is Rodgers saw how Brett Favre went out, like when he retired and went to the Vikings, and how fans like hated him overnight. Brett Favre was one of the most loved athletes at his peak. Like everyone loved him all around the NFL.
Oh, at that time? Oh, hell yeah, dude.
I mean, now it's a whole different thing. But even like right after, he left the Packers, we'll talk about the Vikings and all that. Packer fans didn't forget. Like, they went wild. I think Rodgers might have seen him. Like, he always talks about legacy. I don't think he wants all the Packer fans to hate him. But now I don't think he really cares what people think about him anymore.
No, the shit that comes out of his mouth now, he definitely don't give a shit. And
man.
He just, which is fine. Like, I'm all for people saying what they, I don't know, whatever.
Bro,
I don't really get into what he says.
Y'all both remember, right? When like they were talking about trading Rodgers to the Raiders for Randy Moss, and I was like, "Do it!"
Yeah, I do remember that. People were mad. People were mad because people didn't care anything about Rodgers.
No,
like, I liked Rodgers right away, and the only reason I liked Rodgers is because I'm an idiot, right? And then people were like, "Oh, he's gonna be the number one pick." So I'm like, he must be good to even be talked about because I'm not no scout. I don't watch college. I wouldn't know. And then when he dropped us, I'm like, sweet, he was supposed to be number one pick. He's got to be good. Like, I don't know. That's a good assumption. And it was right. And I always figure if I'm just really positive, it'll come true. Like, even like at home.
I actually love that. That's actually pretty cool. That's like, I think Bernie has the same kind of philosophy too. Because he's
if you just say good things, like, it'll be all right. You're in an accent, Car's on fire, legs stuck. It'll be all right. Someone's gonna pull us out of here.
I'll loosen up eventually.
And until you look down, your foot's on fire, then you're like, all right, let's deal with this. No, but I think it's better just to be positive. It's more fun, especially with sports. Like I would hate, I know that's the thing with the people who call themselves realists, and I have no problem with people. That's how they fan. But like when they yell about it, I'm a realist, and like in my comments, like, dude, I'm a realist too. You think because I'm positive and you're negative that you're a realist and I'm not? Like I'm a realist too. One of us are wrong.
Give a positive spin. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's okay. Like just because it's positive doesn't mean you're just talking out your ass. You know, like
no,
I believe what I say. I'm not just. I mean, only time I say stuff I don't believe is like when I'm trying to troll a little bit, a Bear fan or like.
Of course, then you got to add a little bit.
Yeah, I might spice it up, but like if I'm saying like most things, I believe. I mean, when I say the Packers are gonna go undefeated, I joke around. Obviously, I don't mean like that stuff, but like for the most part, if I say something, yeah, that's my prediction every year because I believe. First of all, this year. There's no game the Packers are not like contesting. You know what I mean? Like they can win every single game. I'm not saying they're going to win every single game because you lose some games you're not supposed to win. And there's some really tough games. That's what I'm saying. Like before, when I'm talking about the Lions are going to be good. They're going to like defend their division. But the Packers, I think, are going to beat them. I think the Packers are going to be the better team, and I think it's going to be tough. I think it's going to come down to the end. But I'm not afraid of the Lions. I'm not afraid of no team in the NFL when it comes to the Packers.
Yeah,
even the Niners, because the Niners are coming to Green Bay.
Yeah,
so
for me, it's regular season.
Yeah,
Packers,
they lost a lot.
Packers winning the regular season.
Yeah, they beat the regular season. And that team is not what they were last year. They lost a lot of good players. The other guys are banged up. They don't got the same defensive coordinator. I mean, it's a lot of turnover over there, right? And like Brock Purdy ain't it, dog. I don't care what anybody says. He ain't it. And they're gonna fucking find out.
They don't like it when you tell them that.
No,
I
they
think
don't.
like Brock Purdy, I think is a functional quarterback.
Yeah,
like what we Jordan Love's highest, like best plays. He's a playmaker. Like he can make things happen. He can move around the pocket, still look downfield. He can run if he has to, but he, kind of like Rodgers in his younger days. I'm not comparing to Rodgers, but the style, I think he can he leave the pocket. I mean, because he watched him. That's kind of his style. Yeah. And Brock Purdy, I feel like he's not. I don't know if he has it in, but like if he had to put the team on his back, like when Rodgers, like for a lot of those years, the defense wasn't doing it. But now I'm not saying I don't know if Jordan Love could do that consistently. We'll see. But like at his height, at his craziest, Jordan Love shows like his ceiling can be wild. I don't feel like Brock Purdy's ceiling is, it's probably like this room right here where it's like 6 feet. It's a low room, you know what I mean?
Fuck yeah, man. No, I'm 100% with you on that, dude.
I think that Niners team had their best chances already,
Yeah, same. Yep.
It's hard to keep like consistently. Like the Packers did it, and that was just because a lot of like I said, a lot of those years, Rodgers was just the offense was just kind of carrying the show. But like that doesn't happen. They don't. Brock Purdy ain't doing that. It's hard to keep a team together if you don't have, that Hall of even Hall of Fame, but a quarterback that can, even like Lamar Jackson, like he can make a game.
He can take over a game, like
himself,
right?
He's my fantasy quarterback. I love Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, 100%.
Lamar Jackson's my favorite non-Packer. Like he's always smiling. He's always. I saw a video. He was at a gas station, like giving out money or something, which I don't advise doing. That's dangerous as hell.
Yeah, but he was like all the kids and stuff. I know you talk about. Yeah.
But he's always laughing. He's always smiling. I mean, and he's just a freak on the field.
Yeah.
And he's my fantasy quarterback.
And he's also
so is Jordan Love. So I don't know what I'm gonna do this year. Last year I kind of went back and forth, but like I don't know. I think I don't know. I got to figure something out there.
I was gonna say that's where that homerism kicks in. I always be doing that too. I was waiting to get my guy.
Yeah, my whole fantasy team is all ever.
Yeah, just like
they have a bye week.
Everybody in Green Bay.
I got Aaron Jones too. I might trade him though.
That one.
I love Aaron Jones. I'm saying.
Same.
But as fantasy football, I don't like to have other teams I hate. Division
guys. Yeah.
I don't
like Justin Jefferson. Then I can stomach it, right? But
unless it's like you have to do it, just kind of ignore it.
Like marquee guy, right? But
how many points you get? Yeah, because I ain't trying to be like rooting for the Vikings.
What's that?
I say you just can't play Jones when he plays the Go That's the rule.
Yeah.
Like you can use him, but you can't play him against the Packers.
Look,
I
can't.
Go off.
No, it's hard to root for a guy on fantasy. That's I can't do it. Like my brain's like, dude, screw your fantasy team. but the fantasy always comes second.
Yeah,
like obviously,
Absolutely.
like my fandom, like I don't draft any Bear players. I think I got Komet now, but he's like he was just there. I didn't have a tight end. Like everyone got hurt, whatever.
Yeah, so you had to grab one. Yeah.
It's weird
like,
to me when people
hurt.
care more about fantasy than an actual team. That's I can't grasp that.
Yeah, I can't take it that serious. And I know that people do, and people are good at it. I came in second place last year in my fantasy, and it's all good, smart people, right? It's not just a bunch of schmucks. These are all football people up on Twitter. And I would have won except for I forget the player now, but he didn't play, and I didn't know. Like they pulled him at the last minute, or like half before the game started.
He was just, oh man, I knew. I know exactly what you're talking about because
it was brutal.
It just screwed everyone's lineup because everyone had him in.
Yeah,
and if you weren't paying attention,
and then people in the fantasy league started arguing because someone was like, "We should cut Matt a break," and I didn't ask for it because like the rule, that's a rule. I'm not trying to ask for favor, but and then they're like, "No, I can't." I'm just reading. I'm like, dude, I don't want to be involved. It is what it is. I mean, you make a mistake, you screw up, but yeah, if I would have won, I'd have talked so much trash. Dude, like I'm the dumbest guy in this league, dude. What are you doing? I think fantasy is kind of luck because I just plug people in. I ain't got no one. I plug this guy, and all of a sudden he has like the one great game of the season. It's like, how smart am I? Like, you're not. You're stupid. You got lucky.
Honestly, though, so I do like I'm in about 12 leagues right now.
I'm
hyperly obsessed with fantasy football, and
I can't hardly manage one.
It's trust me, my wife like wants to beat the hell out of me every time this year comes around. But it's funny where you're like that aspect of like I do a lot of research, I do a lot of all that stuff. But what you just said there is the truth. It is 100% luck because you could do everything right, and that guy will not do shit that game, right? But the dude that you don't even think about that some schmuck decides to put him in because they ain't got nobody else goes off for 200 yards and 3 touchdowns. And you're like, what the fuck? Like, and it's like no matter how much you know, how many podcasts you listen to, all the stuff you read, it all just comes down to luck, man. Like it's like when the Packers aren't playing, I have Red Zone on because I'm watching to see like I literally draft every player in the fucking league. So
I know it's like anything happens, this guy's jumping. That's why he's so happy. Because he got fantasy football. He's like, that guy scored. No, it was the other guy. Oh, it's got him too.
That's the catch-22, right? Because in one team you could be winning because your guy's going off, but another team you're playing against your guy and you're like, oh fuck.
Like you're all like, oh, you don't know. You're just like a sad clown.
That happens. That's me.
I don't know. Smile or be sad. I actually asked Rev Trev NFL over on Twitter.
Yeah.
Shout out to him. He gives me fantasy advice. We actually did a fantasy football show last year, me and Dakota. And
I've heard it a few times. It's good, man.
Yeah. But then I stopped it because I was like, I don't know what I'm talking about. I felt stupid. And then they were talking, they're smart, but I was just like, so what do we should do now? I was like, I don't know, like, so I was like, yeah, let's just stop. We can talk Packers. I mean, have a little part about fantasy, but to talk about fantasy for that long, I'm like, I don't have it. I don't know enough to like. Well, I mean, I know the basics of fantasy. It's not that difficult, but like, I don't know. Like, I'm giving advice to fantasy because that's what podcasts with fantasy football is. Giving advice. I ain't got no advice for you. I'm trying to get some.
Man, anytime you do that again, just call me on, man. I got you back, bro.
Yeah,
I got your back, bro.
Maybe this year we'll do a big one, and I could just be in the corner every now and again, chime in.
I love talking fantasy football, man. I have people call me every day, and they're like, "Hey, can you help me draft?" And I'm like, "All right." And I was like, "Let's do it." And they're like, "All right, these guys are available." I'm like, "Okay, grab this one, grab this." I gotta start charging people because I'm literally
no one ever asked me that.
I'm doing their drafts. I'm like, this is ridiculous. Like,
I remember one time at work we had a pick'em league, and this girl was like, "Hey, you know a lot about football. You know talk about the Packers and stuff. Will you pick my teams for me?" I was like, "For sure." I picked her teams. She got the worst score of the whole everyone at work. She got the most wrong. And then she's like, Matt picked him. And then she like you did it on purpose. I was like, yeah, I did it on purpose. I was
trying to help you out, girl. Like, what are you want me to do?
I was like, I don't know who's gonna win. I mean, I'm not that bad. I do a pick and league, on my Facebook and everywhere. And me and Ryan Schlip from the Packernet podcast.
Yeah, right, yeah.
We were doing the pick'em show, and my record at the end wasn't too bad. Well, it wasn't anything to brag about, but I was kind of in the middle
tough,
of
man. Like straight up, like
they are
because like,
and I don't think about stuff.
No, you just
like,
do it. You're like, oh, well,
I just go through, boom, boom, boom. I don't
Yep.
like whatever pops in my head. Then I hear Ryan like pick his teams, and I'm like, oh man, maybe I should switch. Like,
Oh no, man! Just
like,
use that intuition. That's what I do.
That's it.
Yeah, that's all for everything.
Boom, boom, boom.
Even like on my podcast, so like when I talk about, like I just most time just wing it. I mean, there's some stuff sometimes you want to talk about, especially during the season, like what last weekend, this weekend. But everything I do, it's just a gut. I just go with it, and sometimes it sucks.
Yeah,
sometimes
I'm gonna pick them. We had to pick 8 winners. So you have to pick just 8 out of the 16, right?
Yeah,
and you have to get 8 right, and then on top of that, let's say you tie with other people, then you have to get whoever gets closest to the Monday night game score, right? The combination. You would lose your fucking mind on how hard it is to pick 8 games right, because like it's always that one game that you're like, oh, this is a definite lock, and that's the one that it's like that.
It's like the worst that. They're one like flop of the season. Then they come out the next day, like, all right, we'll learn from this. I'm glad we lost because we needed a kick in the butt. Like, hey, no, I picked you. Especially if you bet on it. Like, I'm not a big bet guy.
2 days ago, before the game, damn it, not after the game.
I always think it's funny when teams, the Packers do it too. Something like that when they were really good and then they lose like a trash team. They always say, like, we needed this. We needed this.
We need a wake up call.
I don't know if they actually say that the players, but everyone's always like, we need this. We need to lose so we can wake up. Like, no, they could have won and stayed, been awake too. But you're like, I think that's just people's way of just trying to like get past like a horrible loss. I say the same thing. Yeah, we needed this.
They're just coping.
A lot of coping.
You gotta vote. Yeah, but Bears fans are good at that too.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, I hate those bastards.
I'm actually tight with some Bears fans. They're pretty cool. But like,
no, I think that there's a lot of Bears fans.
There's a lot that are really, really cool.
Yeah,
right?
It's not personal.
But yeah, because they know it's just fun, right? But there's some that just like gain your mentions and
they go crazy.
Yeah, I'm just like
Vince too. Like they a couple years ago, like they were like just so ridiculous. Like
the 2018.
Not just me, but other people. Like just how they talk to people. Like especially if it's like a woman. They're like,
they go after. That's where I get kind of pissed. I'm like, all right, you take it too far now, like.
Yeah, it's stupid to me. It's like that's not even sports anymore. Now you're like talking about the whatever.
A lot of these dudes, they talk a lot of shit online, and then if you saw them in real life, they'd be all trying to be buddy with you. They wouldn't be trying to pop off. It's like
that's what's funny about like when people trash athletes. Like there'll be a guy, whatever player, you suck. If they saw him at the mall, they'll be like, "Can I have a picture?"
Exactly.
I'm your biggest fan.
Like they had this. So DK Metcalf was at a high school, right? And he was like, just there to visit his kids or whatever. And like some kid came up to him and was like, "Oh, you're trash," right? And he knew he was being recorded. And he was trying to do clout chasing. And DK is like, "What'd you say?" He goes, "I'm trash. Why am I trash?" Right? And he goes, "Oh, you just are." And he goes, "Well, no, explain it. Tell me why I'm trash. Like, why am I trash?" He put him on the spot, and the guy was looking stupid. And I'm just like this is your one chance to meet this dude who's never done anything to you personally. Maybe he didn't have a good game for you on fantasy, but like, that's what you say to him, like.
Yeah, no, that balls you like to the face. I respect at least to his face. People on the internet.
Yeah, like.
I mean, I don't condone it. Like, I wouldn't.
No.
I think it's stupid, especially for a kid to even be talking to like an adult like that. Especially, I think he was there to like for the kids.
Yeah,
like, I remember
he was there for them. So I'm like for me personally, like if I saw Josh Myers or Anders Carlson walking around and I had an opportunity to take a picture of him, I wouldn't because I've hated on both of them so very much. So I wouldn't.
I wouldn't ask for a picture if I met,
I wouldn't. I just like no.
I would only ask a player for a picture if it's someone who I actually liked. Like if I saw like a Bear player, I wouldn't want a picture with him. I mean, I wouldn't be rude to him.
No,
but I wouldn't be like, I wouldn't be all
shake their hand. I'd talk to them if they would be.
I'm not gonna be. I wouldn't be. I
wouldn't be all like groupie shit. Yeah, no, like I met Barry Sanders once, and he was so cool to talk to. But I mean, this guy's a Hall of Fame running back. Like that's different, right? But he's all Detroit Lion running back. But dude, like he was so down to earth. He was so chill. Didn't get an autograph. He wouldn't give it. Like I mean, of course you're gonna ask, right? But like, I feel like now my older age too. Like, I think like when I see like the videos that like Big B puts out, and he sees like the folks that are chasing down the players to get autographs so they can sell them later. Like that is what kills me because I'm just like,
it kills everything.
Yeah, because
I'm not a big autograph guy.
Then
they don't want to sign.
Yeah, they'll take it home and they'll cherish it forever, right?
Yeah.
But that's that one fan. But the other 3 fans that are just using it to sell it on eBay or God knows where else, they just ruin it for everybody else that really genuinely just wants a memory of that player, right? Like that's why I told Big B, man, I would do the same shit. I would just take pictures with the players, and I'd just be like, I would cherish.
Yeah,
that
I don't ask. I'm not a big autograph guy. One of the only autographs, like I got this HaHa Clan Dix jersey. Yeah, that's just like he was at my house when he did that.
That's different though. You're like, you guys are,
and it's like, when it's like part of a memory, and I'm not against anyone like going of buying autographs or do whatever they do to get their collection going. But that's I'm not like everything. Everybody thinks I have a big collection, but I don't. That's it. I bought everything in. Everything's in this camera shot. I don't really don't have much
spread,
else.
And
a lot of it's just like promotion. People are like, you're a sellout.
What?
Buy some chicken.
Sellout, man. If anyone, there's a lot of sellouts in this damn world, but you is not one of them, dog. You've been true since day one, man.
But I do want to check in with you, Matt. We've been going for an hour and 20 minutes. I just want to respect your time. I want to take you away from your Memorial night.
Yeah, I ain't doing that. My wife's already passed out. Probably. She was going to bed when I came up here.
But no, man, you've been awesome, man. This has been great. Like, it's just cool to like really just chop it up with you. And like, I knew this would be an awesome interview just because you're just such a down to earth dude, man. Like, I don't think even you understand how famous you are in the Twitterverse and just in the Packerverse. Like, I don't think you go across any Packers fan or for that matter, a Bears fan who doesn't know who Matt Ramage is. And I think that's pretty fucking badass.
I appreciate that. No, I do think it's like when people started to like tag me with like Nagler and like Andy Herman, like those people, like the big Packer people. Yeah. Then I was just like, wow. But then I was like, why are you asking me this? If you're tagging Nagler and Herman, they're like, hey, let's tag two smart people and an idiot. No, but like when I started getting like talked about like that, I thought like it's pretty cool because I don't really see myself like any type of way like that. But I think it's cool to even be like brought up in conversations with talk about Packers.
Yeah, dude, I mean, if you think about it, like the three of you guys, like, because if you think about Andy has like a team up under him, right? But Andy's been grinding for like 10 years on this shit. Yeah. Right. And then Nagler, since Cheesehead TV is like what, like almost like 15 years old, give or take, right?
Yeah.
And so him and Corey have been doing that thing too, right? And then now you got you literally by yourself, and then you get guests and stuff like that. But you've been rocking on your own, dog, and look where you've come from where you were. Like, that's fucking awesome.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, like when I first started, I used to record, like if I had a guest, I'd have my phone, and I'd put my phone on speaker, and I'd take a microphone and just point it at the phone. And then I would just talk to him. Yeah. And then I would record the video with my wife's phone. And it was like the audio was like, oh, it wasn't good. I was just trying to get video. I had like the most basic.
Bro, you MacGyvered that shit. That's not basic. That's MacGyver, dog. What you talking about? I did.
And like the audio wasn't great at the beginning. Even like HaHa Clan Dix came to my house. I had one of those ball mics, right? Like I forgot what
you talking about. Yeah.
Blue ball or whatever they call it.
Yeah, like a little fucking small door right there. Yeah.
But mine was blue. But anyways, okay. I had that microphone, and then I had another microphone. Yep. And then as he's talking, I look at I used to do it like on Audacity. It wasn't like StreamYard. Yeah. So it was just audio, but the audio wasn't picking up on his very good. So you could, like in the video, I'm just like sliding my microphone closer to him. And I'm thinking, in my head, I'm like, can anyone even hear him? And then he had like a McDonald's cup. He kept like tapping, because he was just, talking and chilling. Yeah. And I'm looking at that cup. I'm like, man, is that going to mess with the audio? Like everything. And then when he got done talking, I'm like, oh, I got to ask another question. All that stuff going on because I didn't have all I had was a laptop.
Bro, you're a one-man production team, dude. You were thinking about
everything. The camera was like a flip camera, like one of the Walmart cameras.
Trust me, man. If it wasn't for Bernie, I'll be fucking. I'm like a cat with ADD, dog. I'm just all over the place. So if it wasn't for Bernie, kind of keeping me on point, trust me, I feel you. So you doing that shit by yourself, that's pretty fucking badass, man.
Yeah, I just go to YouTube and learn stuff. I don't know computers and stuff. I go to YouTube and watch YouTube videos like how do I use StreamYard.
Hey man, YouTube is the foundation and the utopia for everything. I fixed so many things in my house because of YouTube. So trust me, I 100% feel you want that.
Yeah, my wife fixed a dryer one time.
Yeah, dude, I
years ago. She never let it go because I couldn't fix it. She watched a YouTube video. She's like, it's fixed.
No. Well, you do that, or you spend $400 for someone else to do it, right?
Yeah,
you can figure it out.
Yeah, I know I can't do it. I can't fix stuff.
Shit, no, I didn't think so either. And then I started watching videos. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, I still can't. I do some stuff, but I if it gets too deep, like
Yeah,
I don't hire people either because I'm cheap. I'd rather like find a friend. Like I'd rather pay him than have to like pay a professional.
Agreed.
I would like, I'll give you 2 cases of beer and whatever you want. But
a couple
as long
pizzas,
as you're not professional,
got you, dog.
yeah. As long as you're not like I cut a tree down my front yard. I did guy at work. He's he's kind of a outdoorsy fellow, let's say. I was like, you cut a tree down or 2 in your day, huh? He's like, yep. I'm like, what kind of tree down? I'll pay you. Yeah. He's out there chainsawing right next to the house. I'm like, no insurance for this guy, I guarantee it. But,
no insurance.
Just to do that work. Good guy. And he did a good job.
Horror stories too, but trees getting cut down. But like if you get it done right, man, you just do it because, dude, I've seen
you pay someone.
Dude, the quote for trees is ridiculous.
Yeah,
it's like $1,000 or more for one.
Sometimes you gotta like if they want to knock it down between like a shed and a hall, you're not trying to like knock out your daughter's bedroom because you're trying to save a few pennies. Like everyone out of the house, we're cutting the tree down. We don't know what's gonna happen.
We don't know which way it's gonna
go sideways. You see the videos like people cutting the tree down, the tree like snaps, and then this dude gets hit and, like, swings in the air like 15 feet. He jumps out. Whoa. Everyone just laughs at him. Like, what are these people, dude? They just
like, whoa, dude. I'm telling you, man. Some of the videos are like tragic. Some people get really fucked up.
Yeah.
Some are like really like.
Some people just get flung around for a while.
Yeah, they don't get hurt, but it just looks really bad.
Yeah, they just nothing funnier than someone spinning in the air and landing. I mean, not getting crazy hurt.
Completely fucked up.
Yeah, I mean, it already happened. If you laugh at a video you see of someone getting hurt, like it's not really your fault. Like, hey, I didn't record it.
It happened.
Like, you're okay. I mean, if like they like fall in the air and you hit by a semi, you still laugh. Then you might be a psychopath. But like just regular falls.
Like, wait, hold on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm not like watching those type of videos.
Well, hey, Matt, I also want to thank you so much for taking the time and joining us tonight and on Coast to Coast Packers. We'd love to have you come back sometime during the season if you could.
Definitely.
Right on.
And maybe sometime you guys could jump on mine.
Hell yeah,
man, we'd be honored.
Yeah, you guys are awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like I said, when we come to Green Bay, we'll definitely let you know if you got to.
Yeah, for sure. We'll link up.
As you would say, have a couple beers.
Yeah, so we can walk around. I ain't gonna lie, I'm a little buzzed up.
Baby.
Dude, that's funny because that's actually something I said. I used to always say in real life, and then I said it whenever I was on a stream because I always thought I was being stupid, and I was like, so I thought if I just told people, I'm buzzed up, like, all right, expectations are lower now.
You like precedence?
Just let them know. People know, whenever I have a buzz, I always have like this slur. Anyway.
No, you're good, man. You're good. Man.
All right, fellas. Sounds like we'll be talking again soon. And thanks again, Matt. And as always, go Pack, go.
Yes, sir.
All right. Later, fellas.